You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV Survivor After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV Survivor After Show.
Hey, everybody out there. Hi, I'm Jerri Manthey here with the AFTERBUZZ Survivor recap tonight with co-host
Justin Walter. So if you notice, Jerri is holding the headphones to her head because tonight, by special request, by myself and by the fans out there, Jerri Manthey is wearing her classic, iconic, legendary Jerri Manthey Australian hat. And I just have to say, it totally changes the mood for me because I feel like I do this with you every week. I feel like I am sitting across from like the Jerri Manthey from Australian Outback.
Oh my
the
God.
one who I watched growing up. The like legendary Jerri Manthey. You're always legendary.
It's the hat? Are you telling me all I have to do is wear a hat to become a legend?
So much.
This is disgusting.
I think fans out there will agree. And I was on my phone real quick because Jerri's phone died, and she took my phone to take a selfie and post it on my account. I have to do this. This is like an honor for me.
Justin,
I'm never washing my phone now.
No, you don't even understand. He was so flabbergasted that just literally seconds ago he fell over his own feet in the studio.
Here's a beautiful selfie of Jerri Manthey on my phone.
Nobody can take a selfie like me.
I mean, that's a portrait.
Wait. No, what I meant to say
you
was
look hot. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Nobody can take a picture of me as good as I can take a picture of me. It's all about knowing your good side, your bad side, your angles. Work your angles, ladies. That's all I'm going to say.
I feel like, well, I'm wearing a hat too tonight.
Yes,
and
Justin, tell us about your hat.
My hat. So we'll get to the show in a second, but it's all about hats tonight by special request. My hat, during Blood vs. Water, I love that season so much, I ordered a ton of shit. I ordered shot glasses, mugs. I ordered this hat. I ordered the pen you write votes with. I ordered a blanket, like over $150 worth of Survivor items.
You got all that for $150?
Yeah, it was worth it.
Are you talking about authentic pieces that were actually on the show?
No, fake ones, and I don't care. I don't care. So this is, if you saw the episode, the reason I'm wearing this tonight was because Jeff mailed this to me. And he said, I know you're going to be doing AFTERBUZZ tonight, and I'm wearing this hat in the episode, so I want you to wear the same hat.
Bullshit.
I had you for a second.
You did? I was like,
Jerry's face is like, whoa, Jeff sent you a hat? No.
You're in touch with Jeff?
No,
I'm not even in touch with Jeff.
I wish. So I decided since Jerri was going to wear her hat tonight, I'm wearing my Jeff Probst Survivor hat. And lo and behold, Jeff Probst wore the same hat tonight. I took a fun little picture standing next to him while I was on the projector in the screen we were watching.
And you posted that on Twitter,
I posted it on Twitter, on my Instagram.
Yeah,
on my
Justin
Facebook.
Next to the picture of Jeff Probst wearing the same exact hat. I took the picture.
It's almost as if there's like a shadow on me. He's actually got his right hand on my shoulder, and he's like, Justin, I like your hat.
Justin is a little delusional this evening. Just a warning to all you folks out there watching.
And it's all because of the hat, honest to God. Your hat.
My hat?
Yes.
Good God, really?
Jerri, this is crazy. Yeah.
You know, it feels strange wearing it indoors, to be honest with you.
Do you wear it in public?
I do, but I mean, I have several of these hats because they are, bar none, the most comfortable hats and the most functional. They block your face from the sun, which is the whole purpose. But they also have vents in the top, so they're nice and airy. I saw that on the
back. That was interesting.
Barma hats. Great. By an Australian company.
Do you get recognized more when you're wearing the hat?
It is iconic. Oddly enough, I get recognized more when I'm wearing any hat.
There we go. It's all about the hat for Jerri. We love it.
I know, it's pretty crazy. Oh, just before we get into the episode, I also want to talk a little bit about the Reality Wanted Awards.
Oh yeah, so last Thursday was what was it? Tell us.
It was the Reality Wanted Awards. There were several shows that were given awards for various different categories.
Yeah.
I actually was asked to give out the Female Villain Award, which was quite fun.
I'm sure you've gotten that before, right?
They didn't have the awards when I was
You would
on.
have gotten it.
Of course. I'm grandfathered in as the villainess, the first villainess of reality television.
Yeah. And so you dressed up really nice, right?
I had my hair done. I had my nails done, everything. I
dressed up really nice too.
Oh, it's a clue. I sent you something in your email. Check your email, Steven.
But yeah, you can check out those pictures on my Facebook accounts.
And you wore your own jewelry.
I did. A Jewelry by Jerri, launching April 30th.
There we go.
Oh,
there's you.
Oh, me and Philip.
So Ryan is not here tonight. He'll hopefully be here next week.
Whatever, man. What's up, Ryan?
He's digging for that idol. But Jerri had texted Ryan and myself this picture. She looks smoking hot. She's with Philip right there.
Yeah, my hair was straight,
you look great.
which I don't do very often.
You look great,
But
Jerri.
as you will see, this beautiful necklace I'm wearing, I made that necklace literally hours before I left to go to the awards. And matching earrings and bracelet, they are for sale on jewelrybyjerri.com.
I love it.
Next week, I launch the site.
All right,
so.
well, we should talk about this week's episode.
No, let's just forget the episode. It was kind of a slow episode.
Yeah.
It was called Sitting in My Spy Shack.
I feel like this season we're getting a lot. It's a great season. I'm liking this season a lot. It's this up and down because we're getting these crazy blindsides and moves, and then the following week it's really tough to match those. So this is one of those episodes where it was kind of like one of the on the downside of it.
Yeah, not a lot
still okay.
happened. You know, we saw the juggle of Jeffra and then her decision.
Very predictable.
Yes. And I think the big moments of this episode were definitely Tony creating Spy Shack #2 by the well.
And let me tell you, Spy Shack #2, it worked.
Well, of course it worked.
#1 didn't work.
Yeah, well, he didn't need it. He didn't need it. He's been in a very powerful position, so.
But what I loved about the Spy Shack that he built tonight, so Tony decided to build a Spy Shack on the way right by the well to water, because in Survivor, that's where people strategize, oh, let's go get water.
Yeah, they do. It's very true.
Yeah.
But I don't know, you said while he was building it, and then when Jeffra and Trish came up to it, you were like, why can't they see where the cameras are? And that's always the question that I wonder about too, because that was like a major close-up of him inside the shelter, and then also a shot from his little spy shack towards Trish and Jeffra at the well.
So yeah, when they walked, so my question to you, you've been on the show 3 times, when they walked.
Yes, I have.
When they walked, she has, and probably like 4, 5, 6, and 7, because we're gonna go up to 50 seasons.
Yeah, at least.
When they're walking to the well, they have a camera guy following them, and when they're walking to the well, they don't see. That's what my question is. Wouldn't Tony have a camera on him as well? So wouldn't they see a floating camera guy ahead of them?
It looked like they should have been able to see it.
Or do they just think that guy's waiting for them coming? I don't understand.
I mean, it kind of looked like they should have seen where the camera was at, but I mean,
or do cameramen ever hide?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, maybe he had.
Yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon to be, minding your own business and look over and see somebody in the distance shooting with the camera.
And at a certain point, you forget the cameras are kind of there.
You kind of do.
Unless
they're there,
looking for
but
an idol.
You just ignore them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was a little worried at the beginning of this episode it was going to turn into another Tony show. It wasn't too bad.
No. Yeah. Still the Tony show.
Yeah.
But not like last week. I didn't have to take Advil before tonight's episode.
Yeah, that was pretty hard to take.
I might need to take Advil because I fell, on the ground here. Ryan would have loved that. But
yeah, so they go back to after last week's tribal council, and Jeffra is like confused, and she's like, "Who flipped? Who flipped?" Tony and Wu both admit that they flipped. Jeffra's upset. Even Trish, admits that she was a little upset that she wasn't let in the loop, but then she says that she understands why, because we all know how much she loved LJ. She would have been very upset. She would have probably told him. Yeah. It would have been a big problem for Tony.
Which is, I, on one hand, give her credit for being so, okay, I understand why he didn't tell me. But on the other hand, he pulled a move without you. You're supposed to be his right-hand woman and involved the whole time. Wouldn't you be a little more upset? I think what Trish did well tonight was really her mission tonight, and I think her main purpose tonight, was making Jeffra feel like she was blindsided too, so Jeffra didn't feel completely alone. And I think Trish did a wonderful job doing that.
Trish is playing very
I think
smartly.
she's a good social gamer.
I think if it ends up being Tony and Trish in the final two, it's going to be a tight race.
Yeah, because Trish would have to argue all those other aspects of how she played the game. Yeah, you know, how she played the game compared to Tony.
Yeah.
It's almost like a...
Her moves have been more understated and more nurturing. Tony's have just been like in your face. I don't really care what y'all think. I'm not, you know, I don't trust anybody. You don't trust me. Blah, blah, blah.
But it's, I think it shows Trish being a good gamer on the hand of, instead of being emotional and very upset over Tony about it and realizing, you know, he blindsided LJ and trying to get vengeance, she looked at it as, okay, I understand it. Now I need to make sure Jeffra sticks with us. Like, you know, she's playing the game. You know, a move where just going against Tony because she liked LJ wouldn't be in her favor. She'd be going to a bottom of an alliance with the other team. So I think she made the better move tonight by going with, okay, Tony, I understand. I'm not going to forget it, but let's move on and let's keep this alliance going.
It's a typical Survivor situation where, as much as you want the good guys to move forward, that being Spencer and Tasha,
you don't want to sit next to them in the end.
You don't. That's the thing, you know, and that's why everybody's sticking with Tony.
Yeah.
It makes total sense. I totally understand that strategy. I get it. It's just sad for us, I guess, because we still love the Brains team so much. I love Spencer and Tasha. And good for Tasha for winning another immunity tonight, but congratulations on that. Keep going, Tasha.
She's a trooper.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So we go to the reward challenge. It's for like this massive feast again. I don't know what is going on with Survivor, man, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Like every single season, I think, except the ones that I was on, there seems to be food like every other day. You know, there's like papayas and trees and like fruit falling everywhere and like everybody's always eating, and I'm just like, what show is this? Because I did not do that show.
They have it in the contracts when you sign to go that on Jerry's season they starve you and you lose weight.
Keep that in mind, people. Other Survivor players out there, if you're on my season, you're gonna starve.
Well, on Blood versus Water last season, like Sierra lost no weight, and people, you know, they were like, "Oh, this is Survivor Light." That's what they kept calling it because they kept eating all the time.
And they had no bad weather.
And they had no bad weather.
Bastards.
But yeah, it's the rewards are pretty big feasts every time.
Blood versus Water, the easy breezy season. That's what I'm gonna call it. So the reward challenge, we were talking through most of it.
No, that's when, during the reward challenge, we paused it so I could take my picture with Jeff Probst because we had the matching hat.
We were both like, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
But
I'd love water challenge. I'd love the physical challenge, but I think
steering boats, man.
The rowing in the boats was so slow, and they were so bad at it, and it was just so slow moving.
The best part was the Wheel of Jeopardy version.
The
Survivor Wheel of Jeopardy with the oars with the letters on it.
Yes.
Spelling out worth playing for.
Worth playing for, not worth fighting for, Cass.
Yeah.
Worth playing for. I just was too distracted by Jeff's hat. You know, I was just all about Jeff's hat tonight.
And I was all about, oh my gosh, no matter who wins or loses this challenge, two groups of four that are going to separate and have time alone, it's going to be awesome. I was like, this is it. Spencer and Jeremiah and Tasha have Jeffra alone to themselves. Which
exactly what they needed.
Exactly. I'm glad they won. I'm tired of seeing Tony eat. And Cass, poor Cass.
She's always losing. She even said it. Yeah. She's the new Jatia.
She is the new Jatia. Yeah. Even if it's not her fault, they lose every single time.
Bad luck.
Yeah, but she's a great attitude, I have to say. Like, all she cares about is winning Survivor. She's I just won $1 million. I don't need to eat.
I think Cass could get to the final three because I don't think people think that she can win, but it's like bring her along, and she could get to the final three.
I think that's kind of the same deal with Woo.
Oh, don't even
There's no
start.
way Woo's going to win $1 million on the show.
I love, if we're just all over the place, I love when Spencer voted out Woo tonight. He's like, yo, dude. I can't even do it well. Like the California.
He's like a total surfer.
Dude.
An Asian surfer guy.
Dude, I'm casting my vote for you. I mean, that's the worst Californian accent ever. But it was funny.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, Justin. You live here.
Yeah, but I'm from Chicago. I'm a Midwest boy. Chicago.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah,
don't
dish
you
pizza.
know?
No, that's Minnesota.
Yeah, that's right next door.
Not right next door. Jeez.
So yeah, they're eating, and they Spencer approaches Jeffra in a really cool way, and he's just like, "Look, would you be interested in playing with the three of us?"
And Tasha too is just like, "Jeffra, how's it going? What's up?"
I love Tasha.
She's great.
Damn it. Come on, Tasha, just keep winning those immunity challenges.
The problem is
all
now
the way to the
Tasha's
end.
just too big of a threat. You can't keep her around.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah, you can't keep
another
her around.
another challenge beast.
Challenge beast, and also so sociable and likable. You can't keep her around.
Yeah.
But
and she's there to win $1 million.
They worked her really well, and their guide, walked up and gave them letters from home.
The most understated letter from home ever.
Next week is the auction. That's usually when the letters pop out.
True.
So
maybe there's more letters.
There's hopefully more letters.
They didn't really get too much.
They didn't even know, because usually they have them reading a little bit of it, and the only thing the letter played a role in was Jeffra's mom said, like, "Do what you got to do to win, and
lie if you have to."
And she's like, "This is my sign. I got to go against my original lines," and she made a Final Four deal to go to the Final Four with Spencer,
and hugs
Tasha, and Jeremiah,
everything.
and she even noted to Jeremiah, "I've done this with you before." Deja vu.
I totally forgot about that. I was like, oh crap, that's probably not going to work in their favor.
Yeah.
But she agreed to do it, and I thought for sure she was going to go for it. But as soon as they get back,
here's another reason why Trish is playing a really understated great game. I think we can owe it to Trish for keeping that alliance together.
For sure.
Because if Trish weren't there, Trish went to Jeffra and approached her saying, you know, Jeffra, what's going on? And basically Tony, I don't trust Tony, he's unpredictable. And then she's like, I don't either. Even though she does trust Tony, she's playing into that, I'm with you. He did this to the both of us. We have to stick together. Tony, he blindsided me as well. Let's call him out. I'll call him out for me, when really Trish was doing it for Jeffra.
Yeah.
So I think Trish played that really well to reel Jeffra back in. And even Cass, Cass in the Water was the three girls. There's your perfect opportunity. Us three girls. Like, we'll get Woo and Tony out when we need to. Let's just stick with the girls. I don't know.
Yeah. She did a really good job of bringing her back in, because she was ready to flip.
And she even said, like, I can tell on her face. I can tell. Because
Jeffra wears her heart on her sleeve. Aww. But the problem is, as far as I can see it, Jeffra is still at the bottom of that alliance.
Not if she sticks with the girls.
Yeah, but the girls aren't going to... They are all
girls never, unless it's fans versus favorites with the Black Widow alliance with Parvati, Amanda, Suri, and Natalie.
You might
That's when girls stick together.
A point, because brilliant move by Spencer tonight at Tribal Council to point out to everyone else that if he's on the jury and Tony's sitting at the end, he's voting for Tony to win.
But that's also, even if
Tasha too.
But even what I think is smart about that and genius is, even if he doesn't want to vote for Tony, that's what you do to paint the bigger target on him.
Yeah.
Because even if he and Tasha chimed in right away, that is a smart strategic move. Even if they know they're not going to vote for Tony, build the target bigger. And if you go in Tribal saying, if he wins, if he gets to the end, I'm voting for him, then that makes everybody left in the game want to get rid of him.
Yeah.
So brilliant move to put the target on him even more so. And I honestly think if Tony does get to the end, as of now, I would vote for Tony. Tony or Trish. I would vote for Tony or Trish.
I know.
It would go Tony, Trish, Cass. Out of those five.
If the two of them are in the final three, it's going to be tight.
It's just going to depend on what people base their vote on.
Well, that's where the final jury speeches play a huge role.
And I think Trish would be pretty good. She's well spoken.
You think so?
I think she is. I think Tony might piss people off because he might be like, I got my bag of tricks the whole game.
Oh, God. Yeah, whatever. We'll get to that because I have a question that you understand, and I still don't get what happened. But Let's see. We both mentioned that Spencer was getting a hero edit.
Yeah, I think Spencer's getting a great edit. Or he's like built this season as this like because he's the underdog the whole season.
Well, we just love him so much, you know, that we're both like hoping somehow he can make it through. And I just want to. I like him. I want to see him go far.
He's such a super fan. I really love that part about him.
And he's been so smart in so many ways, and he's been so close to being voted out so many times, and he's just always hanging on.
Well, last week we talked about how Jeff, or 2 weeks ago we talked about how Jeff Probst in his pregame interviews said how Spencer was arrogant and he would never win and that sort of thing. And then I got a bunch of tweets from fans saying that's true. Jeff said all that, right on. And a lot of people are heated. Some people hate Spencer. Some people love him. It's just like,
how can you not?
You love and hate everybody, So,
but how can you hate Spencer?
My point
he's such a likable person.
Kind of my thinking is he's so likable, and if he is this kind of more cockier guy, when you're an underdog the whole season, you have fans. You get fans the whole time. How can you not root for an underdog? It's almost like in Palau, when Stephanie went out on her tribe, the entire tribe got voted off, and she was the final one. Everyone loved her. She was in the new America's Sweetheart. She was so loved. She went back the following season into Guatemala. She was in power the entire game, and then she became a villain because everybody, here's Stephanie in power and making game moves and, not playing this underdog, oh, woe is me game. But when she had power and in moves, it was a different side we got to see of her, a little more of a diabolical side.
She still ended up on the heroes tribe and heroes and villains.
Which was debatable, but because she ultimately is, when you think of Stephanie, you think of her from Palau. You don't think of her from Guatemala, losing in Guatemala to Danny. Yeah. But I think a lot of it has to do with your position in the game.
It's all relative, people.
It's all relative. The hero versus villain card. But some people are obviously villains forever. Jerri Manthey.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of debatable, that one as well. Everybody's
it's because your progression has become more of like a villain hero-esque story.
As it should. That's as you get older.
I was going to say, it comes with age.
You grow wiser and more
patient. You grow wiser.
And damn it, I almost won.
It's funny because during this I don't know, during this episode, I was saying, like, oh, which of these players could I see them inviting back in the future? I could see them inviting Tony back. I could see them inviting Spencer back. Tasha back. Maybe Trish. I think my top three that I think they would invite back would probably be Tony, Spencer, and Tasha. I don't know. And then maybe some of the outliers who didn't get their shot, like they probably love LJ and they'd give LJ another shot, or who knows,
He was kind of in the background, just looking cute or whatever.
Whispering at horses. By the way,
horse trainer, not horse whisperer.
If you haven't watched these 2-minute recaps, have you watched those?
The secret scenes?
No, the 2-minute, like someone called TV Talk on Twitter, @TV Talk, does every week these 2-minute Survivor recaps, and they're hysterical.
Oh my God! Okay, somebody sent me that link.
No,
and I never
they
went
are
to
hysterical. I'm promoting these 2-minute recaps. You have to watch them. The person does like, this is the voice for Trish. Whenever it's Trish talking, I like the horse whisperer. They're the funniest thing. I love them every week. I wake up in the morning and I'm excited to watch these.
She's the horse. Is that what it's supposed to be?
She likes the horse whisperer.
Oh my God. Oh, so
keep up the good work, TV Talk on Twitter. Follow
I'll check
TV
you
Talk
out for sure.
Yeah.
So the immunity challenge was a balancing challenge.
What
do you want to talk about first?
Tony searching.
That was after.
Oh, sorry. I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah, no.
Jerri took the notes.
I took.
Okay, go.
Yeah, calm down, Justin.
I thought it happened when they were on the reward.
Justin might have hit his head when he fell down earlier. That's what's going on.
This hat.
So the immunity challenge is this balancing challenge. Immediately I go, this is a woman's challenge because women are just better at balancing. They start on a wide plank. They go skinnier, and they hold further down a pole as a ball bounces on the top. Yeah, that's a tough challenge. Anytime you have to balance something and balance yourself, are you kidding? That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Tasha wins. There's really not much else to say.
But no, I think what's interesting about this challenge is what we're seeing is the 3 people who are always in the end of these challenges are Wu, Tasha, and Spencer.
Right.
So they're really putting, and Cass is always the first one out, basically. So Tasha,
she's like third, I think.
Tasha, Wu, and Spencer are really just showing like we're physical threats. We are the physical threats left in the game.
Right.
So I mean, go Tasha for winning these, but she's every week
winning.
She's got to keep winning because she's painting the target bigger. And same with Spencer. Like now, they keep showing they're really big physical threats now, which is funny because in the beginning of this whole season, their tribe clearly was the least physical, but now they're bringing the physical game to it.
Well, they were always the most physical
on
the brains.
Yeah.
Except for that one.
That's a fun challenge. I would like to do that challenge.
Poker player guy that we already forgot about.
With my my game company that I do games. I've done a challenge similar to that in a Big Brother game where I have them standing on cinder blocks, holding. First they put one egg, and then it's like up to like a dozen eggs on a board, and then they have to go stand on one foot. It's very similar to that.
Are they boiled or raw?
Raw.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No boiled eggs, Jerry. Then they gotta eat it when they drop it.
The big fart.
But
fest.
those challenges they're fun. They're fun.
Nothing like an egg fart.
Egg fart.
So we get back from the immunity challenge after Tasha wins, and Tony instantly goes into frantic, chaotic, paranoid mode and starts searching for the idol. And the entire time he was digging and running around, I kept going, "Where's everybody else?
Nobody cares.
Where's everybody else?"
Yeah.
No, where is everybody else? There is this idol that's somewhere hidden that has special powers that nobody knows about. And what are they doing?
Yeah.
They're all just sitting around. I don't understand that at all. Like, to me, you see somebody running off into the woods, especially somebody that you want to get rid of, you follow him. You follow him, and then you also look for yourself. You need to know what's going on at all times. And I just don't understand how that was allowed to happen so easily again. Like I hate it when people find idols without clues. It drives me nuts.
This was very Russell Hantz, like very much like Russell Hantz, like what happened tonight. And it's I felt like I was watching Russell.
Yeah, no, I had a flashback too.
It was
like, good God.
Okay. Jerry's flashbacks
all over again.
Are not only flashbacks, they are nightmares for her.
Total nightmares.
But it was it reminded me of clearly Russell Hantz. And how did he find the thing that is like Russell found some like under bridges and that's when you have to dig for something. I think that's crazy if you can find it without a clue when you have to dig. Now, if there's like in a tree, like when Tyson found it last season where it was just like in a branch, like, okay, I get that. But when you're digging without a clue and there's so many spots, that's crazy. So I give Tony credit for finding that idol. Yeah, and if I ever get on, I'm going to every iconic tree. And that is all you need to find.
What did we learn
Find the tree.
Look for the weird trees and the
idol
weird
trees.
Landmarks and dig and poke.
But I have to say, even in the season, though, the people finding the idol, or like LJ finding that idol in the middle of the water, and you had to go in the reef and find it. That's crazy too. So there have been like crazy spots for idols where in the past seasons I've been saying they need to hide these idols better instead of just being like where Tyson found it on a branch where you could just see it. But when you dig and have to go underwater and find an idol, good for you without a clue. I mean, that was crazy. I started digging at this. The tree had like 12 roots. Yeah. You know, and he found it crazy.
It was crazy. And then he like sits there with it in his hand. He's like, I got to clean up. 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 I'm like
celebratory to like manic.
Yeah. He's nuts. He's nuts. Yeah. I'm sure eventually when I get to meet him, we'll find out just how nuts he really is.
So there was some speculation on Twitter. People were tweeting me, asking me, what if there was conspiracy theories that Jeff saying that the idol didn't actually exist and that it was to see if players in the game would create a scenario or a fake idol with their own special powers that they would come up with to see if it would sway the game. That's a conspiracy theory. Clearly it wasn't true.
Wow. And some of you guys got too much time on your hands. I mean, really. My God. It's conspiracy.
Knock the table down.
It's like, where do you come up with this stuff, man? Some of you guys need to get on the Survivor staff and help them come up with some new stuff.
Oh, my
That's
gosh.
what I think.
Wow. So the Tyler Perry idol is real, and he read...
Why is it called the Tyler Perry idol?
This season, it's called the Tyler Perry idol.
Come on. Tyler Perry. Contact me and let me know what happened and why you think you should have your name on that idol.
He texted Jeff Probst.
Right, but so it existed before Tyler Perry.
I know.
His name's on everything else. He might as well.
Our director said his name is on everything else. Might as well. Yeah.
So is it, I guess, you know, if I come up with some idea and I get a hold of Jeff and he uses my idea, it could be the Jerri Manthey idea.
Do you have Jeff Probst's cell phone number?
I don't know if it's the same. I used to have it, yeah.
Wow.
We used to, all of us used to have his number.
Can you text him a picture of me with my hat on?
That sounded really creepy, Justin. No.
Damn it.
You can tweet him. I'm sure.
I did tweet him.
He'll get it.
I know.
He'll totally get it.
I would love him to respond, Jeff. But so one thing that he read when he read the rules to it, it said you cannot give this idol to someone else. You have to use it for yourself.
Now, the other one that was around before, could you give that to someone else?
Oh, I don't know. That one, the whole season 12 and 13.
Yeah, you guys out there.
Gosh, I'm sick of hearing about those
13,
seasons.
Let us know what that rule was so we can apply it this season, because neither one of us knows what it is.
But that's interesting because I like that, because if you could use that on anybody else, then he could basically just show that I don't say, you vote off one of my allies, this is going to them.
Now they need to flesh it out. They need to make him use it.
They have no idea he has it. And that's the thing with that idol. That gives him that's what's crazy about that idol. It gives him a free pass. It is a free pass.
Yeah.
He should, if he doesn't get to the final three, he should be getting to the final three now.
Well, now he's got this huge target on his back because of Spencer and Tasha bringing to attention that if he makes it to the final three, they're going to vote for him to win $1 million.
Which
so now
is
the target
gameplay,
on his back, everybody else should eventually vote for him, and hopefully they do that while they still have a chance.
We'll see. Or he could spin it. He could spin it and say, you know what? Okay, those are two people's votes, but look at the jury, really. Sarah, Morgan, and LJ are not going to vote for me, and in the end, those two probably wouldn't vote for me as well. And if you guys are on the jury as well, you're not going to vote for me as well because I screwed you over. Blah blah blah. It's all about
not
spinning
necessarily.
It
Depends on the final tribal.
It depends.
Question and how they answer it. You can turn anybody around who hates you if you just show them the respect that they deserve for being in the game with you.
Yeah, and I think.
I don't know. I want to see Tony speak. If he ends up in the final three, I want to see what he has to say. I want to see if he can speak eloquently and in a humble manner.
I was just going to say humility, I think, is the #1 thing at a final tribal council, that you have to show you're humble and be honest and really
and fess up and
take the hits.
Take responsibility for all the big moves you made and how many people you hurt. Yeah. I mean, you have to. That is why Russell Hantz will never win Survivor. And yeah, I brought his name up again because I honestly was going to vote for him to win $1 million on Heroes and Villains until his whole speech at the final tribal council.
Because he was arrogant and...
He basically said, I don't need any of you. I did this all myself.
Yeah, no, if you were humble...
And I was like... You did not do this all yourself, dude, because I remember a very specific moment in time where I could have voted you out instead of Rob. Yeah. Rob Mariano. Yeah. And no, you did not.
It's humility.
Nobody can play Survivor by yourself.
Humility.
You can't. It's impossible. You're out there with other people. You have to play them. You have to play the game. You are always working with other people, whether you want to admit it or not. Yeah. And if you can't admit it, I don't know what the hell you're doing there to begin with, because it's mind-boggling to me. It's
like, just look at China for an example. Todd, when he won China, like most people thought that season, like Amanda should have won. You know, Amanda could have won that season, but she flopped the jury. The following season, she flopped the jury as well. And Todd,
what do you mean flopped the jury?
She gave terrible answers and terrible performances, and she was like horrible at the jury. Like Amanda, 2 seasons in a row, was in the finals, and she didn't win each time because her jury speeches were horrible and she was just not good at the jury part, and she's such a nice, good player. But Todd, he made moves and made big moves and hurt people's feelings, but he owned up to it, and he really swayed that jury for him.
I haven't seen that season.
You haven't seen China?
No, I can't remember if I was off doing Survivor or what it was going on, but I did not see that season.
Well, I just ruined who won.
Damn it, Justin, I had no idea.
But yeah, I loved Amanda that season, but then she got to the final tribal council and was like, oh my gosh,
you know what? I need
to
check in on Todd now that you bring him up.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I want to find out how he's doing. I hope you're doing good, Todd. I miss you bunches.
Aw.
I know. Okay, so let's just talk about tribal council, okay? Because I am still completely confused about something that happened.
Okay.
After Spencer
got up
to play the idol. Tony pulls something out of his pocket.
Bag of tricks.
His bag of tricks. Thank you. Yes. And what the hell was all of that about?
Okay, this is my interpretation of it.
Okay, because I need to rewatch it. You guys out there can let me know what you think happened.
This is my personal interpretation of what he did. If that was the real idol, my interpretation of it was he showed them he has the real idol, right? And then he says, oh, by the way, this is a fake idol I made. So they all think he's crazy already. They all think he's got fake idols. So he basically showed the real idol, saying in this little bundle thing, saying, this is a fake idol. Oh, I don't have an idol. But he freaking has the idol. So it's like playing with their minds. They're thinking Tony's making fake idols. He doesn't have a real idol, when in fact, he does. Who was it
that said it's not a real one?
Oh. I think he said it.
And then why did he also say, hey, Jeff, you know, here we are with these young punks over here. He was actually going to give his idol to Jeremy.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no one named Jeremy on the show.
Yeah.
But
that's his term of endearment before going home.
I didn't understand what that whole interaction was when he thought that Spencer was going to give Jeremiah his idol, and then he pulls out this thing. It didn't make any sense to me.
It was a little confusing.
No clarity.
My interpretation of it was just a mind game. It was just a mind game on them. Just basically, he has the idol, so now he's flaunting that he has an idol, but then he's pretending it's a fake idol, and then they're all just like, you're full of shit.
Right, but here's the thing. If you do that, like, put myself in that position. Yeah. I'm sitting at tribal council. Somebody pulls out.
It's a wrapping. It's not the real,
right,
you know.
And makes a big deal out of it possibly being an idol, then I immediately am going to assume they have it.
Oh.
I don't assume that it's fake. I assume they have it.
Wow.
And then I'm also trying to figure out, why would you do that? And then I would pick his brain and try to figure out what the heck was going on.
Maybe we'll see an explanation. We'll check out the secret scenes or see what he says or next week. Or
yeah, I think I'm going to have to check out the secret scenes. I haven't been watching those all this season.
I know, I haven't been either. Whoops.
Shame on me. CBS.com. They have awesome secret scenes.
I'm sorry. I just had like a crazy, like, not out of body experience, because it's not, but just kind of like seeing Jerry with the hat. It's killing me tonight. I love it. I love it. And it's also making me remember when Ryan sat there dressed up as you on Halloween.
Oh my God,
in a bikini with the hat on. It was hysterical.
I wish I could have been here. I don't know why I didn't wear a blue bikini, but you know, it's beyond me. Oh, you know what? We didn't even discuss Woo falling out of a papaya
because it was
tree.
so anticlimactic.
Because he didn't hurt himself.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, it's funny because last week in the show you said, you know, next week we're going to see Woo fall out of a coconut tree. There were a bunch of tweets at us. There was a papaya tree. They're not that high.
Coconut trees are high, people.
No, it was a papaya tree, but that's what people were saying. Because he fell out of a papaya tree, not a coconut tree. So it was a less of a fall. Oh, whatever.
Whatever. Did you see how high up he was?
It wasn't that high. I've jumped off a roof higher than that.
And landed on your tailbone?
Yeah, off my house growing up. I was adventurous.
You landed on your tailbone.
I don't remember. It was that high.
If you landed on your tailbone, you would remember.
Yeah, okay.
That's really painful.
I mean, he could have gotten really hurt.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as high, you know, as we thought it would be, and it wasn't, you know. And then Trish and like, are you okay? Are you okay? Ooh, are you okay? And then they were laughing about it right away.
Totally, dude.
See, I can do Trish. You can do Woo. Woo, are you okay over there? Falling out of the tree.
Totally, dude. Like, I'm totally fine. Here's some papaya.
Well, tonight, you know, Cass in the water, when they had their like little powwow about who they should vote off, she said, I know how to read people. Spencer has the idol. Yeah. And if that's what they went off, her gut feeling, she was right. And they voted Jeremiah, and they played it right. They got it right, you know, where they thought Spencer had the idol. They voted Jeremiah. Spencer did have the idol. He played it. So that alliance played it right tonight. Those 5 played it right.
I'm just hoping that next week it doesn't just become, you know, picking the other 2 off. Like, I want to see something exciting happen. I want Tasha and Spencer to stay.
My prediction is next week Spencer or Tasha will go. But then
your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Whoa. my prediction next week. It was the AfterBuzz TV predictions. I think
I can't wear these with this hat. I have no idea what's going on in the
She's sacrificing listening to anybody for the hat tonight.
Or
Thank
my
you,
own
Jerri.
voice, for that matter.
Yeah. I would predict that Spencer Tasha goes home next week, and then the following week we see a switch up in an alliance. Like we see.
I hope so.
Something.
Come on.
I think it'll happen.
Yeah, I want to see Tony get it stuck to him.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have to get it stuck to him twice because Tony's got a free pass. He's got the get out of jail card free. You know, Tony gets voted off. He's back in the game. He's not. Tony is here for another 2 to 3 weeks at least.
Did we see the preview for next week?
Yes.
What happened?
Spencer, next week's preview, Spencer's like, I'm going to try and make Tony go crazy. And he's just, he's just giving like, and it's the Survivor auction next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what happens next
one thing we
week.
have to say is Jeremiah revealed before he got voted off to them that
he was a model.
He was a model. Big, why do you think you have to hide that you're a model? Like,
and why did they leave that in the final edit? Because you know what? Everybody across America just tweeted Jeremiah the model.
Yeah, and
along with us.
We Googled to see Jeremiah model. What popped up? Jerry loved it.
We Googled it, yeah. That's some good pictures.
But it's like you gotta hide that you're a model. No, come on,
Why?
Come on.
Why? Because you're afraid no one's gonna like you.
Well,
he's gonna
book a lot more modeling gigs now because of that scene. Good job, Jeremiah. Well played.
That's a nice little self-promotion on Survivor. Normally they edit those things out, you know.
Yeah. Which we were wrapping up, but on the XM radio. I was listening to XM radio somewhere, I don't know where, and it was like, oh, this is Chase from Survivor, Nicaragua.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean,
he's a country music
I know,
singer.
and I heard him.
He's really good. Chase Rice, check him out. All right, you guys, well, thanks so much for tuning in again, and we always have fun here. We're glad you're a part of it. Go on YouTube, give us your love, your hate, whatever you feel like giving us.
Jerri, where can they follow you?
You can find me at Jerri Manthey on Twitter, Jerri Manthey, or you can go to jerrimanthey.com for all things Jerri, or coming next week, 1 week from tonight, will be jewelrybyjerri.com, where you can buy all the lovely pieces that I'm wearing this evening.
Amazing. Awesome. You can find me at Justin F. Walter on Twitter and Facebook.com/Justin Walter. Host, like the page. Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.